Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dragon Age Inquisition. You'll have to excuse me if I motor through some of this. Unfortunately, I think I was here. Fortunately, the recording that I just did for an hour didn't save, so I have to do it over again. So I've seen the next hour of footage. The next hour won't be blind to me. That's okay. Last time we were here, the Chantry's meeting with the mages and the Templars exploded. And we are the main suspect because we have a mark on our hand that can close breaches to the Fade that are letting demons in. Um, let's hope we can close the big one, because it's pretty big. Always disheartening to lose an hour worth of footage. I like the slide down. Good touch.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
Okay. And it wasn't the game's fault, by the way. It was my capture device that messed up. But at least I can get straight through this. I'll try to make the exact same choices that I did last time, too.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
So everyone who's left here, it's not bones, has been charred. Some of them have been completely disintegrated, as you can see. One person survived, though. Or at least their scout hat did. Can I put this on? He needs it the most, so put on him. Continue forth. Yeah, that guy looks like he's seen better days. As I mentioned before, I lost the footage. I just recently saw the Dawn of the Seeker Dragon Age movie. Really enjoyed it. Made me appreciate Cassandra more.
Reach is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm assuming you have a plan to get me up there.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Now, I just realized that I made a mistake with what's her face, Cassandra, where I put a two-handed weapon on her. She's good with there we go. She's a sword and board kind of person. At least that's
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
Can I equip that axe? Apparently it does the same amount of damage as what I have on now. So why not? I like axes. Who doesn't like a good axe?
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Well, then stop pushing me into it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Right, so we got a bit of a boss fight coming up. Which I did not know going in. Luckily, I did figure out the boss. I almost lost to him, actually, because I didn't realize I was doing something wrong on him. But hopefully this time it'll go a little better.
Someone help me!
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run when you can! Want them!
We have an intruder. Slay the Canary.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
And summons a demon that looks a lot like the one at the end of the Dawn of the Seeker movie. Nope. Let's kick his ass. So now he's got armor on.
We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
There we go.
The demon is vulnerable. Now!
So yeah, I made a mistake before where I wasn't, basically wasn't doing any damage to him because I didn't realize he had that armor on. Otherwise, this fight's pretty simple.
More coming through the rift!
Take care of these guys. He's got armor again. So let's... Ow!
I'm falling back!
Jerk. Alright, he's been taunted by someone else, probably Cassandra. Right. Come on. There we go. Guess I was close enough. There we go. Shielding on. Where's he going? So far, this is going a lot better than it was before. Oh, I discovered last time, though, you can revive your allies in battle, which is very helpful. Some more armor for Cassandra. He's armored up again. Also had the problem before where he was entirely focusing on me and I couldn't get him to stop, but luckily I figured out Cassandra has a taunt too. I was able to get him off of me. Should be it. That last bit of health of his is going to go down.
Now, seal the rift.
You got it.
Do it.
I don't know how like how the subtitles kind of linger at the top there, but if that's the biggest complaint I have, then I'm not worrying. Oh, my eyes! And they all died. Not really, though. At least let's not hope not. Let's hope not. Not hope not. Double negative there. Nice place.
Oh. I didn't know you were awake. I swear.
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
Then the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Poor elves. Mistreated so badly. Well, that and I'm some kind of victorious individual now, so... Okay, patient observations. Vain hope, someone better than this, than me, takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing, pulse overfast, not responsive, pupils dilated. Mage says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. Good to know he wanted someone in here to kill me if things went wrong. And I am the victorious hero. Hello.
That's her. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when she came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over her.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb her.
Why did Lady Cassandra have her in chains? I thought Seekers knew everything.
It's complicated. We were all frightened after the explosion at the Conclave.
It isn't complicated. Andraste herself blessed her.
So no, that's who I'm assuming it was. I was assuming it was on Dostre. Excuse me.
That's her. She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard she was supposed to close it entirely.
Well, excuse
Yeah,
me.
it's more than anyone else has done. Demons would have had us otherwise. Blessings upon you, Herald of Andraste.
Thank you.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Yeah, screw Roderick. Anything to loot in here? Didn't actually look last time. There's a book. I missed this. The Fade. The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting path, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart. Always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Though portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the desperate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade, through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. Spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, peoples, and events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. From Quintality and the Role of the Fade in Human Culture by the first enchanter Josephus. Anything else I can read? I hope not, because my throat's starting to hurt. And there goes my controller. Give me a second. I'll plug that in really quick.
Have you gone completely mad? She should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The Conari failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Oh, the Seeker trusts me. Chancellor doesn't. Maker, there is no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that exists was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forged you. To you I give dominion over all existence. By your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city of with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending. But their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the Fade, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the Fade a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirits, and spoke to it, saying, Here I decree opposition of all things, for earth sky, for winter summer, for darkness light. For my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever changing, but held fast, immutable, with words from heaven and for earth, sea, and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make men, immutable as the substance of the earth, with the souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, To you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn the unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. For the Fade I crafted you, and to the Fade you shall return, each night in dreams, that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Canticle of Thenodies 5 through 1 through 8. Excuse me. My connection to the to have this thing that's going to pop up a lot, so I apologize for that. Children of Indostre. There are many misconceptions regarding Andraste's bloodline, Monsieur. This is due, I should think, to the general lack of knowledge regarding Indostre's mortal life. Understandable, considering the many cults that arose following their death. Everyone sought to claim Our Lady for their own culture, or claim some aspect of her existence was a lie, all of them complete fabrications. Moreover, was done considerable research to ascertain the truth. We all know Indostre and the Betrayer raised 5 children. I think the Betrayer was her husband. The eldest 3 were sons, Isarath, Averion, and Verald. The rule of what was once Tevinter was split among them. Isarath was given the west, what is today Orleans. Averon was given the east, what is today the Free Marches. Verald was given the central Planessine, what is today Nevera. What became of these men and their legacies is the stuff of legend, and the majority of claimants to Indostre's bloodline link back to one of them. None of the 3 sons, however, were born of Indostre. They were born of the Betrayer's concubine. Come on. People chose to overlook the fact. This is embarrassing. Fact that Indostre came into the Almurnian tribesmen and that they were barbarians, not the Fereldans we know today. They were savage warriors who took concubines in addition to their wives, and because Indostre was thought to be too weak to bear children, the Betrayer took Gilva to provide him heirs, which she did. After her death, the sons were raised as Indostre's own. Later in life, Indostre proved predictions wrong and had 2 daughters by Betrayer, Aberys and Vivial. They were kept out of the public eye and not permitted to marry, though both had consorts. Aberys had but one child, Olivemere, who perished on a voyage to Denerim, less than a month after her mother fell to the plague and without children of her own. The younger daughter, Vivial, was more controversial, a strong-headed woman who defied her family by falling in love with the mage of Tevinter, Regulin. Vivial and Regulin went into self-imposed exile as the Exalted March began, and into hiding Indostre's betrayal and murder. What became of Vivial and her descendants is largely unknown for one primary reason. She had only daughters. Each of those daughters only had daughters. They married into other families and took other names, and in the chaos of the Second Blight, all traces of survivors were lost. Indostre's true bloodline, if it exists, lies solely in the descendants of Vivial, and the suspect of my order is that it produces only daughters. Thus the claims of young man, Miss Shore, are suspect. From the letter of Sister Galena of the Augustine Order, Dragon 912. Really sorry about the controller. Stop it. Can't loot this for some reason. Oh, hello.
I believe Seeker Pentagast was looking for you. Thank you.
Oh, I can turn in research for experience. Cool. Alright, let's see what's going on here.
Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did?
You absolutely are.
No, she is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
Yeah. What did I pick? I picked this one.
So you've changed your mind about me?
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
You tell that asshole. He's against me, so he's an
This
asshole.
is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
If you're truly trying to restore order,
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Alright. Yeah, sorry about the controller thing. I don't have a very good cord to keep it plugged in. But yeah, looks like we're starting an Inquisition. Get the world back in order and all that good stuff. Do you usually use crows to send messages? These look like crows. guess they're less obvious than carrier pigeons. Unless the Inquisition begins and someone doesn't approve. I know who those other two are. That man and woman. And title drop. I totally called this last time. You have to believe me. I totally knew that was going to come. Alright, so, know thy enemy. Quest completed. Report to Haven's Chantry and speak with the smith, the quartermaster, and the apothecary. My influence has gone up. I still don't know what that means. So, let's speak with everybody.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
When will you be able to get us the crafting supplies we need? When they're ready. Piss off.
Piss off.
I suppose that would work as well.
I didn't realise any of Leliana's Oxmen mercenaries were still here. Well, if you want new gear, you pay for it. Oh, you're her. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Ten Loghain MacTier, best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
I'm gonna go with the option that doesn't make her hate
Your
me.
loyalty to the man you served is admirable, Quartermaster.
Thank you. A lot of people seem to think they know what happened at Ostagar, but I was there. Ten Loghain never betrayed his king. If he'd brought the reinforcements, Darkspawn would have just killed everyone. He did what he had to do to save our country, and we betrayed him.
He kind of betrayed the king.
Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harrick can get our troops better weapons.
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Okay, so one of our jobs is to fill this Inquisition order, which needs 5 iron and 1 logging stand.
Thanks for checking anyway.
We have the iron, but not the logging stand. Let's talk to Varric. Get everything that I got from him before.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
This is bullshit.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle. Need something?
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
There's no way Hawk really could have killed the Arashok. It would have started a war with the Kunari.
I was told later that the Kunari disavowed his actions. Apparently, the Arashok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the Raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Hawk's brother Carver is still in the Free Marches, helping the Kirkwall Guard keep order. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job. Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free Marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in moneylenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind.
Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragon bone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 36 lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Okay, something very interesting. The last time I went through this, he gave me a different story of where he got Bianca. He said that
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
he said that he got it from a shop that had it in like a barrel of like basically throwaway weapons.
My creator judge me humble.
So that's interesting. This is where I woke up. So who knows what this
You're
true
worried
story
about
is?
the rifts. I understand that.
Just looking for stuff to read, stuff to loot. I don't have much time left on this episode, and I can't do much fighting because I can't move the controller that much while it's...
Highest kings, those who bring harm without provocation.
You're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Sigrid, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
Thank you for your kind words.
Easily given. Our fate is quite literally in your hands, from what I hear. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given circumstances.
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroyed most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. Of course, we're all getting used to, well, you as our last best hope. Nothing personal.
Until later.
Stay safe.
See, yeah, conversations are changing because he didn't say that, you know, kind of racist remark about knife ears before either. Let's see. Might as well get you a lightning staff. Let's see. Health and armor. Armor. Health and armor. Health and defenses. Okay, that's most of my money. Not sure what to sell yet, so I'll hold off for now. I also got to level everybody up. So we got the barbarian male. He's got a fire staff, a lightning staff, and an ice staff. This says it's stronger, but it doesn't show it being any stronger. I'll put that on for now. And you're sticking with Bianca for now. And armor. Let's see. Adventure hat, foot soldier armor, battle mage armor, adventurer's hat, elven cowl, scout armor. Okay. And I need to level everybody up. What did I buy before? I bought this. Spinning attack. Good for when I'm surrounded. Put that on circle. I bought the... what did I buy for her? Can't be flanked by enemies, and less likely to be staggered from hit from the front, and reduce damage from the front from ranged attacks. I gave you a lightning attack, the energy barrage, and the fire attack, immolate, massive explosion. And I gave you... what did I give you? I gave you the poisoned weapons. And I gave you... this one, First Blood. More damage to enemies that are only lightly injured. Okay. After that, what did I do? I'm trying to do things in the same order that I did before. After that, I went here for the logging stand. No, after this, I did that, but before that, I talked to the guy over here.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work. Something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
How did you come to be here?
Come from a little town called Lothering. Long gone now.
I've been there
I was
before.
in Redcliffe when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight.
Been there too.
Helped rebuild. Left when Walty decided it was time to hand the place over to the bloody mages. Ended up here. Just missed the boom. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
You're still walking. That's always good.
True enough.
Who outfits the Inquisition's soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster. She'll set up requisitions.
Does the Inquisition not have supplies to make armor or weapons?
Tough convincing traders to haul up here. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you.
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragonbone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy, bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Goodbye.
Right.
Okay. So we can craft armor here. I need more metal, though. At least 4 metal for defense and 7 metal for the armor. So, gotta find that. So I need more iron.
You need something? Let me know.
Alright, so let's go look for the armor. Or let's go look for the logging stand. And I know where some more iron is. Oh, I talked to her before, too.
Yes. I'd like your take on the Templar Order. It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Okay. So there's some metal here, some iron here. And there's some iron over with the, okay, these pugs, they're like weird, I didn't drop anything. They're like rabbit pig things. I remember them being bigger in the, Origins. A lot bigger, actually. They were the size of pigs. Maybe these are just baby ones. I don't know. At any rate, I'm going to loot for a while, and then we'll call it a day. I think elf fruit is used to make, like, simple potions to heal or something. I want to get at least one thing from this. If they drop something. Not dropping it now, though. It's like nug leather or something. There's there are 2 creatures I want to fight coming up. Yep, I already figured that out. Some more iron.
There must be something here.
2 more iron. 2 more iron. More elf fruit. I like the action-packed start. Got us off on a good note, and then slowing down a bit so we can catch our breath. Nothing in here to loot. Here's the iron deposit that I remember. 1, 3, and 3. 2 more. 3 more. And 1 more. So I should have enough iron to make the that armor, and also enough to fulfill that request. Those blue dots on my map seem to be wildlife. I want to kill a ram. This would be a lot easier if I had a ranged weapon. Alright, claim longing stand. That's done. I can go fulfill the requisition now. Before I do that, though, I want to kill one of these rams. I want to kill one of these Draffalo. Dang it. Put up armor right before I... No armor for you. Alright, so I got experience. Looks like only +2. Oh, he dropped something this time. I didn't do that last time. Have the Draffalo hide. You can't run forever. I will catch you. Okay, that one's gone. Oh, more iron. Right, well, I'm gonna... Dang it. I'm gonna have to corner one of them. Because I want to get their codex information. Wish I could run faster than this. That one stopped for a minute. Can't taunt them. Where am I? Quite far from where I was. Pretty much running in a circle here. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. Oh, I took damage from that. Got it. There. I get any hides from them, but that's okay. I'll keep hunting them until I do get a hide. Got the codex information. Okay. So, what's left is to go back to town. Go back to the Chantry area and turn in the information for the requisition and make some armor. I'll do that next time. We still have to talk to Solus, and we still have to talk to the apothecary. Again, we'll do that next time. For now, I'm going to hunt down the rams until I get at least one thing from them. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. As always, have a good day, and take care.